Hello everyone, my name is Funkus. I am playing a Brewmaster in Mist of Pandaria. This is our 10-man heroic kill of Imperial Vizier Zor'lok from a Brewmaster monk's point of view. Imperial Vizier Zor'lok has 4 phases. The first phase being only one ability, which is Force and Verve. The first 3 phases are just single abilities, basically, and then the 4th phase brings them all together. There's 3 platforms around his room, and he will immediately go to the first platform, which is Force and Verve. This does raid-wide damage to everybody in your raid. It does less damage if you are in one of these domes. In Heroic, only 3 people can be in each of these domes. On Normal, up to 4 people can be in each of these domes. Our arrangement for dome assignment was basically that tanks and melee get in the closest 2 domes, healers get into the second closest dome, and ranged go in the farthest dome. That was kind of our arrangement, and people got used to that for the most part. Sometimes domes do get placed into tricky areas and you don't know which one's the furthest away or not. Once again, I'm going to recommend PoV's Weak Ori here, which will tell you right here whether you are protected or not. If there's too many people in the dome, you will not be protected. So if only, like I said, only 3 people can be protected in any one dome in 10-man. You can also see it on my raid frames here. This little protected icon is on everybody. So in Heroic, we get him down to 80%, and then he flies away to his next platform. Now this is a heroic only mechanic where he leaves behind an echo of the ability that he basically flew away from. So now we have to do Force and Verve all over again. Now here's how we split this up. I stay on the echo platform. The reason I'm staying on the echo platform is because as a Brewmaster monk, I can help with healing with my Ox statue. The off tank here is a prot paladin. Him and the disciplined priest go to the other platform, which is the next ability that you have to deal with, which is attenuation, and you'll see that very short. So as you can see here, we want to DPS this echo of Force and Verve down as soon as possible, because it does damage not only to us, but it does damage to our two players over on the attenuation platform as well. Now, they will get domes over there on their platform also. As you can see here, this is kind of hard to see. The priest here is protected. This is our priest, and he does have the protected icon, but the pally does not. Now be very, very careful. If you are a tank going to the other platform, you have to stay in melee range of Imperial Vizier Zor'lok, or he will begin to sing his Song of the Empress, which is a channeled spell that does very high raid damage per second and will wipe your raid. So he is not protected, probably because there is not a dome in melee range. Fortunately, he is a prot paladin, so he may have bubbled here, which it looks like is the case since he's not taking any damage whatsoever. Now over on this side, to get through all that damage, we had our Mistweaver use Revival, and we used Hellstones as well to help us through. As you could see, there were only 2 domes. He only gave us 2 domes. Let me go back just a touch here. He only gave us 2 domes, and if you recall, there was only 3 people allowed per dome, but we have 8 people over here. So we had our mage and our hunter stay out of the domes to use their immunities. The hunter, of course, gets 2 stacks of deterrence, which is 5 seconds apiece, which is perfect because it's a 10-second channel. Same thing with the mage with ice block. They have the 10-second ice block. So we'll move back forward here. This echo only gets 1 Force and Verve off, which is great because otherwise it does do a lot of damage. Even when you're in the protective dome, it still does a lot of damage. But he only gets 1 off. We're able to get him down after that. And then after we do, we will move over to the attenuation platform where he will be DPS down to 60%. Now, be very careful as you're moving over to the attenuation platform. If you have a movement speed ability, you have to use it before you get down into this gas if it is a spell. If it's not a spell, you can use it while you're in the gas, because as you can see here, you are silenced in the gas. You can use your nitro boost in the gas. You can use roll as a monk when you're in the gas. You cannot use Tiger's Lust. We always got the timing of defeating Imperial, Vizier, Zor'lok's Force and Verve Echo at the same time that this attenuation was casting. And these attenuation orbs can be a little slow to load. So if you're rushing over there, you might not see all the orbs in time. Just be very careful with that as you're going over. You could use a demonic gateway from a warlock to help you get over there. What we decided to do was use it between the second and third platform, and I'll show you that in a second. So this is the exhale mechanic. As you can see, it targets another player, and I was able to stand in front of it. Exhale does less damage if you intercept it than it does on the player. So this is a tank mechanic to intercept. As you can see, my other tank even stepped in front of me to take it, which is completely fine. As long as everyone's safe, there's no problem here. Also, just a suggestion for you tanks really quick, make sure there's really no reason to taunt back and forth on this fight. There's no like debuff that goes on you. However, if you want to keep up your vengeance, make sure you are taunting every now and then to keep your vengeance up. So as you can see, I taunted. I have the boss now, and he is doing attenuation. Attenuation goes off in a spiral. However, the green orbs do not follow that rule. They just go straight out. Attenuation also, these orbs will ricochet off the walls. So ranged, be careful if it reflects back and gets you. Now, if you need to get it, if you can't avoid the orbs whatsoever, my suggestion to you is to eat a yellow orb. If you eat a green orb, you're going to take a ton of damage. The green orbs are heroic only. The yellow orbs are in normal and heroic. The yellow orbs do way less damage. The yellow orbs also do less damage if you're in the Force and Verve dome, while the green orbs still do a ton of damage, whether you're in the dome or not. So just be mindful of that. If you have to eat an orb, if you're not dancing right and you see 2 orbs in front of you, choose the yellow one every time. Okay, so next thing we have here is him going down to 60%, and then he will move to his third platform, which is the convert ability. And I just want to show you once again the exhale here. What you want to do is just step in front of that, because it will do a lot of damage on your DPS or healers, and I believe it does stun them as well. Okay, so now I am moving on to the convert platform. So my prop paladin is on this attenuation platform, along with DPS and 1 healer. And then on the convert platform, we have 4 of us go over there, including me. And the reason that I am going over here as a Brewmaster is because I have Ring of Peace, which I am using on this fight, which helps me not take as much damage from people that do get mind controlled from convert. In all the attempts that I've done this, I have never been mind controlled, so I do not think tanks get converted. I don't think they get mind controlled. However, your healer will get mind controlled, so be very careful of that. And then as you can see, convert is coming off. I'm asking for my team to stack on me. We had the barrier out a little early here, which is unfortunate, but it's okay because I still had Ring of Peace, and you'll see in a second that I will use Ring of Peace on myself, and I will try to break my healer out first, and then I will break out my DK. And this is something that we wiped on over and over and over again, is this: he doesn't exhale almost immediately after convert. And you need to be very, very quick on getting this. So when convert is coming out, have your homies on this platform stack behind you and try to break them out. Once they're broken out, expect an exhale to go out, which is going to do a lot of damage to an already hurt player because you're attacking them as they're converted. You have to be very, very quick on this. My suggestion is this is a great time for fortification brew as well. And he does a good bit of damage. He really does. Zor'lok can really hurt you. So make sure you keep your shuffle up. Make sure you keep guard ready to go if you need it. Expel harm, all the things that you need to do here. There's another convert. And we had our Mistweaver over on the platform because they killed the Echo already, so they all came over. So now we have our whole team here on the convert platform. And now my Mistweaver tug here has used Ring of Peace. So I suggest any monk you bring here brings Ring of Peace. I don't think there's anything else in the talent tree that would really compete for it. It works great on convert. And there's the exhale coming out right afterwards too. That does a lot of damage and is pretty scary. At 40%, he is going to phase. And he's going to go into the middle, and that is when you're going to lust. Not right when he flies away. Wait for him to land because it is a lengthy amount of time. Also, my suggestion as a monk here, just cast some Crackling Jade Lightning. Because it does take him a second to land. Make sure you taunt so that your DPS doesn't take over the threat table for you. And then the idea is to drag him over to one side of the room. The reason you drag him over to one side of the room is because he is going to use attenuation and he's going to spawn an echo, as you can see here, in 40 seconds. That echo will use attenuation as well. So it's going to be bullet hell in this main area here. And basically in this phase, he is just rapid firing off his three abilities from the platforms. As you can see, attenuation is going to come out, and then force and verve is going to come out right afterwards, and then convert's going to come out right after that. It is really tough. As you can see, I just ate a yellow orb there, which didn't do much damage at all. So I would highly suggest, once again, if you need to eat an orb, eat a yellow orb. And as you can see, force and verve is coming out right afterwards. You will get 4 domes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So your team should know which dome they generally should be in. And there's always 2 domes in melee. You can hit him from the furthest dome. You don't have to be in the dome right under him to hit him in melee. This is a pretty long fight here. As you can see, my Ring of Peace is up. The Echo is out, and we are trying to get him to move as badly as we can because they're both going to be casting attenuation now, and the amount of orbs in the room is absurd. So we're trying to get him to move over as fast as possible, so we're not caught in the crossfire. Between the attenuation from him and the attenuation from the Echo. And we kind of just burn him down here, even though we did lose 2 players, we did manage to burn him down. So yeah, it's a 4-phase fight. Attenuation it might take some getting used to, but then you got it. Convert and then into the exhale, I would say, is probably one of the most difficult parts of the fight to not lose someone on. So be very careful with that. As the Brewmaster, you can dictate that, pop a defensive cooldown, get ready to intercept that exhale, and use Ring of Peace to get your friends out. So to weaken, use Ring of Peace to weaken your friends so that they don't do a lot of damage to you, while you're trying to break him out of that convert. So yeah, that's the fight. That's the fight on Heroic. It's very chaotic. It took us quite a few attempts to get it down. But once you get it, I think your raid's going to pick it up, and it's quite a fun fight. So good luck on your progression. If you enjoyed the commentary, please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.